Hey guys, it's Cece, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. If you guys follow me on my regular Tumblr, you might know that recently I've been doing some shiny hunting in Pokemon Omega Ruby in my spare time, and something that I've noticed on the internet is that there's kind of a lot of confusion behind what Dexnaving actually is. So today I'm going to be doing a little mini guide on Dexnaving. First of all, I just want to say that I am definitely not an expert at this. I'm kind of a little baby shiny hunter, but I do know how Dexnaving works because so far I've solely used Dexnaving for the shinies that I've gotten, so yeah. So in my opinion, the biggest point of confusion behind Dexnaving is a lot of people keep calling it Dexnav chaining, but it's not really chaining. There are a few different methods of actually chaining shinies, such as shiny chain fishing or radar chaining, but Dexnaving is not really a chain. You aren't building encounters of Pokemon to increase your odds. It seems that there's a flat rate of increased odds when you're Dexnaving, and catching Pokemon consecutively or defeating them doesn't actually raise your odds at all. This method is also only usable in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, so you can't use it in any of the older games, not even X and Y or anything. Alright, so what you need to Dexnav, first of all, you will need some repels. You don't really need repels because, as I mentioned, it's not a chain that you're building, so you won't ruin your odds if you encounter another wild Pokemon, but it's just really frustrating if you're trying to sneak up on a Pokemon and a wild encounter happens before you get there. So I always use super repels because they're a little bit cheaper than max repels. You also need some Pokeballs, obviously. There are a whole bunch of different Pokeballs that you can use. I usually prefer quick balls because there's a 4 times multiplier on the first turn, and what that means is that if you throw the ball on the very first turn of the battle, you have a 4 times greater chance in catching the Pokemon. But past the first turn, if you, for whatever reason, can't catch it, I usually keep Ultra Balls on me. You can also use Repeat Balls or Dusk Balls or whatever the heck you want. Something else that is helpful but not necessary is the PP Restoring O-Power. I forget how you can get this. I'm sure you can just Google it, how to get the PP Restoring O-Power in ORAS, and it'll tell you. But this restores some of your PP for your moves, because when you're Dexnabbing, you are supposed to knock out the Pokemon that you encounter, so it's nice to not keep having to leave the area or buy expensive items. Something else that I find very handy when I'm shiny hunting is an Acro Bike, and this will help you reset your Dexnav if you can't find the Pokemon that you're looking for, which I will explain in just a sec. Finally, you're going to need a Pokemon or team of Pokemon that can easily knock out whatever level of Pokemon that you're going to be encountering. Most of my team is around level 70 or so. So generally, if you have a high level Pokemon, it's pretty easy to knock it out in one hit because you're going to want to encounter as many Pokemon as you can in a short amount of time. Alrighty, so a little thing on how you actually Dexnav hunt. So on your bottom screen, when you are in a route, there are a whole bunch of Pokemon, and some of them will probably be grayed out if you haven't caught them yet. The ones that you have caught will be colored in, and you'll be able to touch them and search for them. So my first recommendation is to catch the Pokemon that you want to hunt for. So run around in the grass till you find it and catch it. And yeah, then you can tap on its icon on the lower screen, and in the upper right, it'll show you how many encounters you've had with this Pokemon throughout the whole game in the wild. I find this really useful because you can keep track of how many encounters you've gone through with this, so it's pretty nice. So you're just going to want to tap the search button, and usually some grass, a little patch of grass will shake, and you have to gently move the circle pad in the direction that you need to move, and you need to sneak up on it. The search option will only give you the Pokemon that you're looking for, so there's no need to worry about oh, what if I encounter the wrong one? Sometimes when you search, you'll get the message that says something like, nothing can be found, or something like that. That's fine. It doesn't mean oh, your chances are ruined or anything like that. This is where your Acro Bike will be handy. So I always have my acro bike registered, so I just go ahead and take it out, and you can hold down B and hop in place, which will count as steps for resetting your Dexnav, but it won't count for steps for your repel. So this just kind of makes it so you don't have to use as many repels. Basically, yeah, you're just gonna want to keep repeating this process over and over until you find your shiny Pokemon. Just a note, Pokemon can move around in areas like the desert, sea, and caves, so I usually try to do this in regular grass where they're stationary. Some important things, some of which I've already mentioned. Number one, you can leave the area that you're Dexnaving in and you won't like ruin your chances at getting a shiny, because like I said, this is not a chaining method, so you can kind of do whatever you want. It's really easy. Number two, you can encounter other Pokemon than the one that you're Dexnaving for. Again, this isn't going to ruin your odds at all since it's not chaining. And number three, sometimes if you move too quickly in the grass, you'll end up scaring away the Pokemon. And this is okay. It can be a little bit frustrating, especially if you've been like Dexnaving for a really long time and you just want to get the stupid shiny. But it won't ruin your odds. It's okay. Just reset your radar and try again. So as far as I could find, people aren't really sure what your odds are for finding Pokemon with this method. Personally, I've gotten only like 5 or 6 shinies with this method. My lowest encounter number was 30 and my highest was 658. So it kind of varies. I've heard some people say the odds are similar to Friend Safari in that it's about 1 in 512, which sounds about right to me. Most people that I've seen on the internet that do shiny hunting with Dexnaving have gotten theirs between 2 and 400, so you can kind of expect it around that time. If you guys have any questions or there's anything that I didn't cover, let me know in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, if you like this kind of video, let me know. I'm sorry I don't have a capture card. I kind of want to invest in one because I really like shiny hunting and I think it would be cool to do Twitch streams. But right now that's not really something feasible for me, but maybe in the future. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!